This case is a little bit different. There are many different stories about Rory before she went missing and what led up to her disappearance. The most detailed articles I could find were not from news stations, and the missing persons websites were scarce with information. In this video, I will share everything that I found. I'm unsure what to believe, so I'm leaving it up to you to decide what you think is 100% accurate and what isn't. Rory Jean Kesinger disappeared in 1973. She had a lengthy criminal history and went by multiple different aliases such as Jennifer Marie Lynn, Linda Lynn Coach, and Penny Susan Johnson. Rory Jean Kesinger fled her Pembroke, Massachusetts home when a police officer knocked on her door to execute a traffic warrant. He noticed her running away as she was only wearing lingerie. Something seemed to be up, so he pursued her. The 24-year-old woman tripped over a rock, giving the policeman enough time to catch up with her. He took her back to the house and began to question her, including why she attempted to flee. Her answer shocked him. Rory claimed to have been raped and was trying to get away from her attacker. The officer began to feel bad and tried to comfort the woman. Once she was calmed down enough, the cop took Rory to his own home and figured she would be safe there and they could call for help. Things did not go as planned. After they were in the house, the lights went out. Rory got a hold of the gun. The two got into a fight. Eventually, the officer got a hold of his weapon and cuffed Rory. At some point during the fight, the officer claims that Rory's clothes got ripped and came off. When they arrived at the hospital, she was nude. At the hospital, a nurse gave her a gown to cover up, and once she was clothed, she began to answer questions from the police. She claimed again to be a rape victim. This time, she accused the police officer of assaulting her. The officers were skeptical of her story and began pressing for more details. Rory then got a hold of another service pistol and threatened the officer she'd been talking to and tried to escape. She was tackled and cuffed once again. Once the hospital released her, multiple officers helped transport her to Plymouth County Jail. Authorities charged her with 2 counts of assault with the attempt to murder. On May 26, 1973, Rory escaped from jail. She sawed the bars off of her cell's window using a hacksaw that someone smuggled to her in jail. Using bed sheets, she created a rope to climb down the building. When she reached the ground, a car was waiting for her, and the two drove off. Rory Jean Kesinger was never seen again. Police launched a manhunt for the missing woman, but their leads failed to find anything significant about her whereabouts. She had previously been arrested with an organized crime group. Police are suspicious that Rory was killed by a member of that group following her escape for their own protection. If she was, her body would have been disposed of locally. One of those arrested with her in 1973 claimed the rumor of Rory's murder was true. On July 26, 1974, an unidentified body was discovered in Provincetown. Authorities in the town found it difficult to get a name for the woman that was found. Nearly 50 years later, there was still no clear clue as to who she was or a name to go along with the body. She was later known as Lady of the Dunes. At the end of the 1980s, Massachusetts police linked Rory to the 1974 Lady of the Dunes case in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Police considered this a vital lead and DNA information was collected. Initially, the comparison was inconclusive, but a 2002 test eliminated the possibility of Rory being Lady of the Dunes. Lady of the Dunes was later identified as Ruth Marie Terry. While continuing to research Rory's case, many sites had theories of different unidentified women found in the area. Many of these unidentified bodies are still unidentified today, including this one from New Hampshire. Rory has been excluded from New Haven County Jane Doe of 1975, Virginia Beach Jane Doe of 1976, Winchester Jane Doe of 1991, and Newport News Jane Doe of 2014. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Rory Jean Kesinger, please call 508-830-6200.